Wow, so many cameras.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. I kind of have to. no, that's the one thing
You wanna leave, you wanna
that
tell
we
me.
love about the show. It's just so wonderful to do press. There's so much to talk about. We love, the story so much, and our characters and our co-workers. Our crew from Canada is the best. The cast is the best. Guillermo's the best. So it's really a pleasure doing press.
So what can you tell us about your character's arc for this season? For those who aren't familiar with the novel, can you talk about the journey she's on?
Yeah, Nora will go through a lot. At the beginning, they just don't know what they're encountering, like what's actually going on, and she's seeing everything with a very scientific point of view because she's a doctor and she's part of the CDC. And little by little, that is going to be shifting, and the magical is just going to start creeping in, and then we'll see how Nora reacts. But she has to deal with a lot of personal stuff as well because when she realizes the threat that they're against, of course, that she would want to have like her loved ones close by, so Nora's mom, coming into the picture.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Guillermo is, amazing with his, direction and a lot of his instructions and his ideas are just as fascinating as his story. So can you talk to about, the discussions you had with him regarding your character?
Yeah,
and
Guillermo it's super specific in his directing, and it's really a treat to work with him. He comes up with he has an incredible attention to detail, so the notes that he gives you from take to take are very detailed as well. And sometimes they're very practical notes, They're like, okay, like right now, you're like there's a hook and I want you to touch it, but you need to caress it, and then imagine if the hook suddenly becomes alive and, in a very subtle way, you're extremely scared. Okay, come on, like, do it. And you're like, okay. Like, I thought I was talking to chords. Like, no, just concentrate on the hook. And I'm like, okay. So, and then when you see it all together, like, oh my God, it makes total sense. He's such a master of the genre. So, and also he knows the character so well. He wrote 3 novels with Chet Hogan. So, whatever Guillermo says, he's got.
So your character has a real problem. I'm not sure which episode this is in, with killing humans.
Yeah, well, she's a doctor.
Right. But is she going to get over that once she realizes what's going on?
I don't want to give any spoilers, but of course Nora at the beginning of the season is totally reluctant about killing her patients. She's a CDC doctor. She's a biochemist. She works for people just to be alive and healthy, and it's her job. And she also has a public job. She's hired by the government to take care of the humanity, basically. It's the CDC. But little by little, she realizes that whatever they are dealing with is something she has no idea about, and a lot of things are going to happen to her that is going to change and shift her perspective for sure.
Talking about getting involved in the show, what was the process for you? Were you familiar with the books? Were you familiar with it in general?
I was not, no. But I was called in to meet Guillermo and just read for him, and I really connected with the character and the scenes right away. They just felt very natural to me, and it felt like I was the character. And then I had a chemistry read with Corey, and then another one with Kevin. Because I don't know if you guys read the books, but in the books, Nora and Kevin have a really interesting relationship as well. And then the guys were not in town, Corey and Kevin, so our reads were spread through a whole month. So I got to read the books in between the readings, and it was a great process because even though it just felt like I was preparing to play Nora for 25 days or so. It was really nice.
Guys, we have to wrap up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.